Hey guys, it's Amy. I figured I'd jump on here and we could kind of go over some headlines the last couple days. So, Matthew Perry died tonight, which is some really sick shit. We're going to kind of go over some things that were brought up in Zach's chat tonight whenever he went live about it. But before we get into Matthew Perry, I want to go over some other little headlines that I've caught along the way over the last few days. I think the last one that we stopped on in my last video was before the pew pew happened up in Michigan. So y'all know that's been a huge thing going on. We'll kind of go over that too tonight. So let's start with Mike Johnson. So we got the headline, this guy came out of nowhere. They were all talking about Jim Jordan and the other guy, and then bam, Mike Johnson pops up there and he becomes the 56th Speaker of the House. And we can tell, that he's got very government numbers in his name. So he's the perfect person to kind of jump up there and take on that spot of Speaker of the House. We're not going to go over the pew pew yet. Let's see. Okay, so another headline with Taylor Swifty. So, Miss Swift here, I've done a lot of posts on her with the upcoming Super Bowl because they have a whole lot of 112 coded on her. And if you haven't seen those, you can go back over my blog or in the videos. But she has now become a billionaire, and they announced this on October 26th. So they're saying that this Ezra tour is what has made her a billionaire. And if you'll notice, October 26th is the day leaving 66 days left in the year. And now Taylor Swift, which equals 66, is now a billionaire because of the Ezra's tour. Or Eras tour, however you say that. At 66. So we can tell, and she's at the perfect age right now. She's 33. So she makes her milestone on the day leaving 66 days left in the year. And you're going to see that same pattern with, I think it's this chick here. Let's see. So the shelter in place order, because of that pew pew, came out on that same day. The whole state was pretty much locked down. And you can see why I'm not going to say this word because I don't want to get a strike. But if you're looking at your screen, this mass pew pew equals 66. Shelter in place equals 66. Taylor Swift is 66. The Eras Tour is 66. And all that's happening on the same day. Now, Susan Collins, she was the one facing backlash about her yellow gun laws. And if you'll notice, October 26th is the 299th day of the year. And if you write out her full name, Susan Margaret Collins, it's 299. And the pew pew actually happened, that famous number, guys, 322 days from her birthday. Which on the Catholic calendar, when you have 322, you also have 44 to make up the calendar dates, right? So when you're counting the span and not counting the span, you got the 322 and the 44. And that's a number that is we always talk about with pew pews, and you can see why they were calling it the yellow flag law is why she was being scrutinized. And this is the reason that 44 is so important with those things. Shooting, military, officer, trooper, gunfire, infantry, soldier, Wednesday, the day this happened, mass pew pewer, it's all 44. And she's actually born on December 7th, which is a number that we've seen with the Maui stuff. Uh, and also the name of the bar and grill that they went in there. And a lot of these things, you'll always see this number involved, Might be 127 days after the governor's birthday or something like that, but it's always coded in there. Like there's no way around it. When you see a mass pew pew, you're going to see a 44. So we had an MLB pitcher that died on Saturday. You know, we got the start of the World Series coming in, and what happens at the beginning of all these games. So you know, you're always going to see these people dying off before they have their big tribute games. And we had Rob Gardner, Richard Frank Gardner. So he's dead 60 days before his birthday when his name equals 60. And then he originally signed with the Minnesota Twins, which equals 60. He actually didn't debut until 1965 with the Mets, and he actually drafted on the day leaving 121 days left in the year, which is that blood sacrifice number. He died 51 days from his last Mets debut. New York Mets is 51. He's dead 51 days from that. But they waited a few days, you know how they love to do that, to announce his death. They waited 54 days from that day, and we know why, because that's a big baseball number. And then he actually died on matching date numerology with his birthday, which is a pattern that I've been tracking that seems to be showing up in a whole lot of rituals here lately. You know, so they killed him off in that ever so familiar baseball pattern. So I did a post about this guy, and I was looking at it earlier, and it's all gone. So this is not the first time this has happened, where the only thing they leave up is my picture, and they take the rest of the post down. So yeah. So we won't talk about him because the post is gone. We will talk about how JP Morgan executive is selling off his stock, right? And he's saying it's because of the wars that are going on. Now get this, right? So JP Morgan Chase, Jamie Dimon, and his family is going to sell 141 million of stock. They're saying it's because of dangerous times the world has seen in decades. We're announcing the bank's third quarter financial results. Says the reason they're doing it is because global financial markets of the wars of Ukraine and Israel and Gaza. And what is everybody talking about? This is what it means to read numbers, guys, because they talked in numbers. This is a language of the cabal. And that's why he's selling off 141 million in stock. This is possibly signaling a bank collapse and some really bad times that are coming our way if we don't wake up to the things that they're doing. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I used to watch Night Court growing up, and this dude right here used to be the bailiff. And of course, he's dead. He's dead at the age of 80, and he's dead 80-day span from his birthday. But if you don't count the span, you get the 79, which 79 is the murder number. They also called him the guy that he played was called Nostradamus Bull Shannon. Look, that equals 79, just like murder 79, just like it's 79 days before his birthday, or a span of 80, like his age. And the date numerology 79. So they 79'd him or murdered him, you know. Kind of like when they say 86, they mean out of. That's a blood and sacrifice number. Now, we got the headline today that this New York or LA model, that her autopsy's been released. So apparently she died back in September on the monthly kill date. She died 34 days before her birthday, which is that murder number. And look, she has the 64 name, and she died on the September kill date. And this is a number that's associated with kill because once a month you're going to have date numerology that matches up with at least three of these numbers when you write out kill. So if you don't know how I've been getting these numbers, guys, this is simply A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3. This is reducing those numbers down, meaning like the 19th letter is 9 plus 1 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, or the 17th letter, 7 plus 1 is 8. So you're going to get it. So look, 64, 28, 44. 68 or 64, 28, 44. Kill. So she died on that kill date, and her name is 64. And then they're releasing this autopsy where she died 34 days after her birthday, And then they released the autopsy 46 days after the death, which is sacrifice. So we know that she was a sacrifice, and they're saying that she was tied up in a refrigerator. So there you go, you know. Now, old Matthew here, Matthew Perry, he was in Friends, and I know a lot of people grew up watching him too. So, of course, TMZ's the first to report it. But look, he's got that 64, and he died on the day leaving 64 days left in the year. Same kill pattern. And he played Chandler. They drowned him with murder. We're still talking about these same numbers, guys. He's dead on that 61 date numerology. They're saying he came home from playing pickleball. But get this, you see this pickleball equaling 187? We're going to talk about that here in just a second, so keep that in your head. So he's dead at the age of 54, and Friends released on a 144-54 date numerology. And I do want you to keep that 144 in your head because we're going to go over it a lot here in a minute. But the last show that they did with Friends was on May 6th. So it released on this. He's dead at 54. Now, from the last episode of May 6th, he's dead 191 days later. So the last episode was May 6th. So it's Chandler Bing or Chandler. You get May 6th, the date. He's dead 191 days from that last date, the anniversary, until that anniversary. So if you write out the Society of Jesus or Society of Jesus, you're getting 191, 56, 187, and 79. So we're 191 days from it. It released on May 6th. And then they tell us that his birthday could have been April 8th, but they think it might have been April 24th. 187 days. So he's dead 187 days, possibly from his character's birthday. The last show released on May 6th, and he's dead 191 days from that anniversary. And his name both ways equals the same. You know, if you write the date 5/6 or 6/5, you're getting that. Look, they're killing him off with pickleball, which equals 187, when it might be 187 days from the anniversary of, or the birthday of his character. And then they let him release a book about his drug addiction, I guess. It's more about Friends, but he says it's, tells about his drug addiction too. That's when he actually come out with it. So I'm sure they're probably going to say that this was some sort of overdose situation. And that book released on a 54 date numerology as well. Now, he died 361 days after that book released. And I don't talk a lot about primes and squares, but 361 is the 19th square number, and it's 19 years since Friends ended. So, and I even put in my post here that tomorrow is going to be 38 days from the release of that show. So you know what your headlines are going to be like tomorrow. Everybody's going to be talking about it. I bet you everything on TV will probably be running reruns of it in tribute to him. Just like some Hunger Games bullshit with the tributes. And that's 38 days from when this show released. And me telling you how he went to play pickleball. Like, these people are so sick. They first reported his death at 10 minutes after 5. And then Zach already went live about this, so I picked up a few things to put in here, so I want to give him a shout out on that. There was one person in the chat that had said that if you read Matthew 10:28 in the Bible, and I'm going to read it to you. Do not be afraid of those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Rather, be afraid of the one who can destroy both body and soul in hell. And that's Matthew 10:28. And Matthew is dead on 10:28. And he's an idol. And the Bible also tells you to beware of false idols. And then the other comment in the chat was talking about this interview that he did with Bill Maher. And he literally, they put in quotations in the article, a lot did you have in the dead pool? Talking about with his addiction that people thought he was going to die. And now he's dead, not even a year after this interview of them talking about him being in a dead pool. And now they're saying he died in like a jacuzzi or a hot tub because these are sacrifices. And they actually did that interview on the 322nd day of the year. That's that Skull and Bones. He's in a dead pool. See, there's Skull and Bones, known as Order 322. But on my blog, guys, I've got a link to the live chat to where you can see where those two people brought in those great points, especially about the biblical thing of the 1028. So I wanted to go back to this Mike Pence. Okay, so Mike Pence came out in the headlines today, and he has suspended his campaign for presidency. And I didn't go back far enough, but I'm pretty sure it was the dude from Florida, DeSantis. He's the one that announced he was announcing that he was going to run for president 144 days from his birthday. Well, Mike Pence has canceled out his campaign today. He said he's not going to run. He's not getting enough support and money. And look, we're 144 days after his birthday, or a span of 223 days before his next one. And that's a big number when you see these rituals play out. And I'm going to show you why here in a second, because a lot of people think that gematria or gematria is all bullshit and that you can't prove things with it. But you can. You can prove that they are killing off these people and that they are doing they are pre-planning these events with certain characters for these rituals of control. Because what's everybody doing? They're thinking Mike Pence is going to run for president. He's going to come save us. Oh, no, now he's not. And they're just jerking on the heartstrings all day, every day. Got everybody believing in this illusion of elections and democracy. And it's all bullshit. And they use people like this to do it. So Mike Pence is out the race. He's not going to run for president 144 days after his birthday or 223 days before his next one. And 223 is the synagogue of Satan, 223. In Revelations, it talks about in the letter to Philadelphia that there will be certain types of people that will come to you and say that they are Jewish, but they are not. They are of the synagogue of Satan, to not be fooled by them. Everybody's fooled by this illusion of government. And look, I'm going to prove it to you. Watch. So he does this 144 days from his birthday, right? Well, y'all remember when everybody got all upset about Hunter Biden and he was getting finally indicted? Everybody felt like something's being done. Hunter Biden's finally getting indicted on federal gun charges. It was 144 days from his birthday when that ritual took place. Not only that, we told everybody that Biden was going to be in the headlines on this certain day because I don't think I pulled it up here. Yeah, I did. Okay, right here, August 9th. We said Biden's probably going to be in the headline on August 9th. Why? Because it's the 144th day in the year, right? Or days left in the year. President Joe Biden, 174. And then, I didn't put it in here. They probably took the damn thing out. Biden's another 144. They probably deleted my screenshot the way they've been doing this shit. And look, the 8 Mile actor. We just got this one, right? So the 8 Mile actor, remember he was the one that battled with Eminem at the end? He died 144 days from his birthday. Last week we got the headline that everybody was so sad about Michael Irvin's announcement. Well, guess what? He announced it. The announcement came 223 days from his birthday or 144 days till the next one. He came up there and here's the announcement he did that just showed him in front of a casket. So he had a death, and now, all his fans are saddened, these false idols, up here on this TV screen. Back in September, not even a month ago, or a little over a month ago, Mike Williams was reported dead twice in the news. Look, we just talked about those kill codes. And look, how many days was it from his, I think it was his draft, let's see. Yeah, his original draft anniversary. 144 days or 223 days the other way. Sinead O'Connor, everybody, she became popular when she got up there and tore the picture up of the Pope, right? And she got killed off this year. And she got killed off 144 days from the Pope's birthday when she got famous for ripping up the Pope's birth. The Pope's right there. Look, Pope, December 17th. She died July 26th. It's the same patterns over and over. Like right here, look, we got C.R. Roberts. He's dead, right? He's dead at the age of 87. His name is equaling 87. Look, same things we talk about over and over and over again. Look, he drafted on December 2nd, and he died 144 days from when that draft started. These are undeniable patterns, guys, and I know there's some people in the community right now that are just kind of bickering back and forth, and I really wasn't even going to address it, but, like, we're all out here to give knowledge and to gain knowledge, and we just shouldn't be bickering back and forth because they're back here doing shit like this, like they're literally like taking everybody's friends and family and making them go crazy. Everything is getting so expensive, nobody can even afford to eat. People are going crazy because they don't know what to do. They're looking for these false idols in the TVs and the elections to make them feel like they have some sort of hope, or even religion. A lot of people look to religion for it when you can clearly see that they're doing biblical rituals just like the one that they did tonight with Matthew. Like, when you read Matthew 10:28, you get the talking about being killed twice, and like you can clearly see these are biblical rituals that are happening. And I didn't really talk about the Israel war just because that's going to be a whole video in itself. So is the Pew Pew in Michigan, really. I mean, I know we skimmed over it today, but it's like they're doing so many of these rituals that we got to unite, and we got to teach everybody everything that we can teach them to awaken them. And it doesn't matter how you awaken them, as long as they understand what's coming so that more people can prepare for it. And I just hate to see all the division everywhere. It's everywhere you go, you see division. Just hatred, and we just don't need it within our own communities because we need to be strong and leaning on each other and being that support system, because the rest of the world is going fucking nuts, man. They're crazy. Like, everything's going crazy. And all this drama started over one person that literally screamed in his car for a good month before anybody ever said anything. And now he's like, oh, I can't believe this is happening to me. When he's the one that did it for a whole entire month. Like, there's got to be some accountability in life, y'all. There's got to be some accountability. And if you do something to somebody and they do it back to you, you can't get mad at that when you're the one that did it first. Point blank, period. And everybody's jumping on the bandwagon here and there, and like, just like you see that happens in celebrity styles, you're like, I'll stand with Jason Aldean. No, he did a racist song. I'm over here. It's division everywhere you go. And that's the reason that they're winning with doing this bullshit that they do with these biblical rituals, because nobody's paying fucking attention, because everybody's all butthurt over what somebody might have said or did. They're too busy running around their damn car in the middle of the afternoon for 5 hours, throwing tablets and shit. Like, it makes no sense. If you're that mad over somebody, what you feel like they might have done to hurt you, why are you not that mad that they killed off Matthew Perry today? Why are you not that mad that YouTube is data mining? Why are you using a data mining platform to expose a data mining platform? That makes no sense. You're butthurt for the wrong reasons. But guys, I'm not going to rant about it because I'm really trying not to get involved in all that drama. But I love you all. Some of you are crazy, but I still love you. And I wish everybody well. And I'm just here to try to teach people what they're doing and maybe do it in a simple form to where you can kind of show your friends and neighbors what they're doing. That's all I'm here for. But I love you, and I'll holler at y'all on the next one.